My fiancée announced, "My New Year's gift to myself is a separation." Her family immediately looked at me. I finished my champagne. Congratulations. I stepped away and made one quiet phone call. Later that night, when she reached into her coat, the expression on her face told her something had shifted. I'm 33, engaged for 9 months, and I've learned that some people mistake kindness for weakness until there's no chance to undo the damage. We were together for 3 years. We met through mutual friends at a concert. She was charismatic, driven, the kind of person who naturally drew attention. I proposed last March at the restaurant where we had our first date. She shared it everywhere, cried happy tears, and called her mother from the table. The wedding was planned for next May. Deposits were paid for everything: the venue, catering, photographer, band. Her parents covered most of it. They're traditional and wanted their daughter to have the perfect wedding. Things began to shift around October. She became distant, less warm, more critical. I'd cook dinner and she'd focus on what I did wrong. I'd plan a date and she'd explain why it wasn't enough. At first it was subtle, then it wasn't. "You're not ambitious enough." What does that mean? "You're comfortable. You don't push yourself." I have a stable career. We were planning a future. What more was she looking for? I don't know. More. That word "more" started showing up in every conversation. More excitement, more success, more everything. I couldn't understand what had changed. I thought we were happy. 2 weeks before New Year's, I learned she'd been talking to someone from her gym, a guy who owned his own business, a real estate developer. Good money, expensive car. At first, she mentioned him casually. "There's a guy at the gym who gives me career advice." That's nice. He's really successful, built his company from nothing. She started going to the gym more, 5 times a week, then 6. She came home energized, talking about her workouts, the people there, and him. I finally asked her directly, "Are you interested in this guy?" "What? No, he's just a friend. You're being paranoid." "I'm not paranoid. You talk about him constantly. He's interesting, he's accomplished, he's doing things with his life." And I'm not. That part didn't need to be said. She became defensive, said I was insecure, said I didn't trust her, said she was allowed to have friends. I backed off and convinced myself I was overreacting. Her parents invited us to their annual New Year's Eve party. Big gathering. Family, friends, neighbors. Formal event. Champagne at midnight. Her father always gave a speech. We drove there together on December 31st. She was quiet. I tried to talk. "You okay?" "Fine." "You seem off." "I'm just tired." "We don't have to stay late." "I want to stay. I need to talk to my family about something." "About what?" "I'll explain later." The party started at 8. The house looked the same as always. String lights, champagne fountain, catered food, people everywhere. I knew most of them, made polite conversation. Her mother hugged me and asked about the wedding. "Everything's on track. Venue confirmed, waiting on RSVPs." She smiled. "You two are perfect together." I smiled back, but it didn't feel perfect. It felt like something was breaking, and I couldn't stop it. My fiancée spent most of the night talking with her sister in the corner. The conversation looked serious. Her sister seemed shocked, shaking her head. My fiancée looked resolved. At 11:30, her father gathered everyone for his traditional speech. He thanked everyone, talked about the year, family, and new beginnings. And, of course, we're thrilled about the wedding in May, to my daughter and her wonderful fiancé. Glasses were raised. I raised mine. My fiancée didn't. She stared at the floor. Her father noticed. "Sweetheart, everything okay?" She looked up and took a breath. Actually, I need to say something. The room went silent. Her mother looked concerned. Now? Yes, now. She faced the room. I've been doing a lot of thinking about my life, what I want, and my future. My stomach dropped. I knew what was coming. My New Year's gift to myself is a separation. Everyone stared at me, as if I'd done something wrong. I stood there, holding my champagne, feeling every set of eyes on me. I finished it in one swallow, set the glass down, and looked at her. Congratulations. Her mother gasped. What are you talking about? My fiancée kept her eyes on me. I need space. Time to figure things out. We're postponing the wedding. Postponing or canceling? I don't know yet. Just postponing. And you chose to announce this at your parents' New Year's party. I needed to be honest. I couldn't start another year living a lie. A lie? Her father stepped forward. Son, maybe we should talk privately. There's nothing to discuss. She made her decision publicly. I looked at my fiancé. Anything else you'd like to announce while everyone's here? Don't be like that. Like what? Surprised? Humiliated? Pick one. Her sister tried to intervene. Maybe everyone should calm down. I am calm. I pulled out my phone. Excuse me, I need to make a call. Outside, the cold air hit hard. I called my brother. Happy almost New Year. I need a favor. What's wrong? She just announced she wants a separation. At her parents' party. You're kidding. I wish. You remember those papers I asked you to hold on to? The prenup documents? Yeah? I need you to file them after the holiday and contact our lawyer about the joint accounts. Freeze them? I want to protect what's mine. She blindsided me. I won't let it happen financially, too. I'll handle it. You okay? No, but I will be. I hung up as the countdown began inside. 10, 9, 8. People cheering. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, everything changing. 1. Fireworks exploded in the distance. I walked back inside. She was hugging her mother. Her father opened more champagne. Her sister avoided eye contact. I grabbed my coat. Where are you going? Home. You're home now. I'll be out by the weekend. You don't have to leave tonight. Yes, I do. I can't stay somewhere I'm not wanted. That's not fair. None of this is fair. I put on my coat. Enjoy your separation. I hope it's everything you wanted. I left, got in my car, and drove home. Our apartment, not anymore. Just a place to pack and leave. Update 1. I didn't sleep. I sat on the couch until morning, making lists. What was mine? What was hers? What we bought together? How to divide 3 years I thought we were building. My brother called at 8. Lawyer opens at 9. I'll meet you there. Thanks. You holding up? Barely. The lawyer was someone I'd consulted before getting engaged. I wanted a prenup. She'd taken offense, said it meant I didn't trust her. I dropped it to keep the peace, but kept the paperwork. The lawyer reviewed everything. You're not married, so this is simpler than a divorce, but you have joint accounts, a joint lease, shared assets. I want everything separated immediately. She'll need to agree. She announced the separation in front of 50 people. I don't think she'll resist. Sometimes people reconsider when they see the financial impact. Then she should have considered that before humiliating me. We spent 3 hours reviewing everything, checking, savings, credit cards, lease. I recommend freezing joint accounts until you both agree. Do it. When do you want to tell her? Today. She would understand soon enough. I went home and started packing. Clothes, books, electronics, personal items, everything I'd brought into the relationship. It took 4 hours to box up my life.
I called a moving company, and they scheduled a pickup for Monday morning. My fiancée came home around 6. I was in the bedroom taping boxes shut. "What are you doing?" "Packing." "I didn't mean for you to leave right away. You announced you wanted a separation. I'm honoring that." "Can we talk?" "What's left to discuss? You made your choice publicly. I'm respecting it." She sat on the bed. "I know I handled it badly." Badly doesn't begin to cover it. "I was nervous. I thought having my family there would make it easier." "Easier for who? Not for me." "I'm sorry." Sorry doesn't erase standing in front of your entire family and announcing you're leaving me. "I didn't say I was leaving you. I said I needed space." That's the same thing. It's not. I stopped packing and looked at her. "What do you actually want?" Because from where I'm standing, you want the freedom to explore other options while keeping me as a fallback. That's not true. Then explain it. She hesitated. "I feel stuck, like my life isn't going anywhere, like I'm settling." Settling for what? A stable relationship? A planned future? Settling for comfortable when I could have more. There it was again. More. What's more? The guy from the gym? Her expression changed. Guilty. Exposed. It's not about him, but he's part of it. He just made me realize I want different things. Like what? Money. Status. What does he have that I don't? Ambition. Drive. He's building something. I have a career. I have goals. What exactly am I supposed to be building? I don't know. Something bigger. I went back to packing. You want bigger? Fine, go get it. But don't expect me to sit around while you decide if the grass is greener. I'm not asking you to wait. Good, because I'm not.
She watched me pack for another hour. She didn't help or speak, just sat there, like she wanted to say something but couldn't. When I finished, I stacked the boxes by the door. 14 total. 3 years reduced to cardboard. "The movers will be here Monday. I'll be gone by noon." "Where will you go?" "My brother's, until I find a place." "What about the apartment?" "The lease is in both our names. I'll talk to the landlord about removing mine. Stay or move, I don't care." "And the wedding deposits?" "Call the vendors. Cancel or postpone. Just leave me out of it." She started crying. "I didn't want it to end like this." "Then you shouldn't have announced a separation at a New Year's party." I grabbed my overnight bag and headed for the door. "Wait, can you at least stay tonight so we can talk?" "No, there's nothing left to talk about. You wanted space. This is space." I left and drove to my brother's place. The guest room was ready, beer in the fridge. He didn't ask questions. He just let me be angry and hurt in peace. Update 2. Monday morning, the movers arrived at 9. My fiancée wasn't there. She'd left early, probably didn't want to watch me move out. The movers worked quickly. Everything was loaded in 2 hours. I walked through the empty apartment one last time. Bare walls where photos had been, an empty closet, a clear bathroom counter like I'd never lived there. I left my keys on the kitchen counter and closed the door. Done. My brother helped me unpack and set up the guest room. Boxes went into the garage while we tried to figure out what came next. "You'll be okay eventually," he said. "What about the accounts?" "Lawyers are handling it. They should be frozen by the end of the day." "She's going to be angry." "Probably. Don't care." She called that afternoon. I expected it. I didn't answer. She called again, left voicemails. "What did you do to our accounts? I can't access anything. Call me back. This is serious. You can't freeze everything without telling me." I texted her. "Lawyer advised protecting joint assets during separation. If you want to discuss splitting them, have your lawyer contact mine." She called immediately. I answered.
"You froze our accounts?"
"Our lawyer did. Standard procedure."
"You didn't even tell me." You didn't tell me you were announcing a separation at your parents' party. I guess we're even. This is different. No, it's not. You made a unilateral decision about our relationship. I made one about our finances. Same principle. I need access to that money. Then work through the lawyers and split it fairly. You're being vindictive. I'm being protective. There's a difference. I can't believe you're doing this. I can't believe you announced a separation in front of 50 people, but here we are. She hung up, then called back 10 minutes later, calmer. Can we talk about this like adults? I thought we were. You're punishing me. I'm protecting myself. You wanted space, you got it. That doesn't mean unlimited access to joint funds. What am I supposed to do for money? You have a job, use your paycheck. That's not enough. Then get a better job. Or ask the guy from the gym. He's successful. Maybe he can help. Silence. So this is really what you want? What I wanted was a partnership, a marriage, a future. You decided that wasn't enough. So yes, this is what I want now. Protection, distance, clarity. Fine, my lawyer will contact yours. She hung up and didn't call again.
Her parents called Wednesday. Her father. I considered ignoring it, then answered. Hello, son. I'm not your son anymore. Fair enough, but we need to talk. Can you come by? Why? My daughter is upset and confused. I'm trying to understand what happened. What happened is she publicly humiliated me and there were consequences. There's more to it than that. Is there? She announced a separation in front of everyone. I moved out like she wanted. Now she's upset that I protected myself financially. What am I missing? Her perspective. I don't care about her perspective. She didn't care about mine at your party. That's fair, but will you come talk to us? Her mother is very upset. I sighed. Fine. When? Tonight, at 7. I'll be there. I arrived at 6:59. Her mother opened the door. She looked like she'd been crying. Thank you for coming. Sure. They led me into the living room, the same room where the separation had been announced 5 days earlier. It felt much longer than that. Her father poured coffee. Her mother sat twisting her hands. I stayed standing. Where's your daughter? At her sister's. We wanted to speak with you first, her mother said, about what really happened, about why she said what she said.
She told me why. She wants more, bigger, better, more ambitious, and apparently I'm not enough. That's not what she told us, her father said. Then what did she tell you? He leaned forward. She said she's had doubts for months, that she cares about you but isn't sure she's in love with you anymore, and that she met someone who made her question everything. The guy from the gym. Yes, but she insists nothing physical happened, just emotional. That's supposed to make it better? Her mother flinched. She made a mistake, her father said. She understands that now. Now? After I moved out? After I secured our finances? After there were real consequences? Now she understands? She panicked. She's still young. She's 31, I said. That's not young. That's old enough to know you don't humiliate your fiancé in front of your entire family because you're unsure. Her father nodded slowly. You're right. What she did was wrong. We told her that. Good. Then we agree. But she's our daughter. We love her. We want to help her fix this. There's nothing to fix. She made her choice. What if she wants to undo it? I looked at both of them. Then she should have thought about that beforehand. You don't destroy someone's life and then act surprised when they don't stay to help clean it up. Her mother began to cry. Please, just talk to her. Hear her out.
Why? So she can say she made a mistake? Apologize? Ask for another chance? Yes, she said quietly. Exactly that. No. Why not? Because even if I believed her, and I don't, I'd never trust her again. Every late night, every gym visit, every moment of distance would bring doubt. That's not a marriage. That's a prison. Her father rubbed his face. So that's it? 3 years and you're done? 3 years and she decided to be done. I'm just respecting her decision. I stood up. Thank you for the coffee, but I need to leave. Her mother followed me to the door. Please reconsider. She loves you. Maybe, but not enough. And I'm done being a backup plan while someone figures out if they can do better. I left and drove back to my brother's. I didn't feel angry anymore, just empty. Update 4. Friday morning, my fiancée showed up at my brother's house, 8 a.m. I was drinking coffee when the doorbell rang. My brother answered. She's here. Tell her to leave. I think you should talk to her. I don't. 5 minutes, he said, then I'll make her go. I sighed and went to the door. She looked exhausted, red eyes, sweatpants, my old college hoodie. Can we talk? You have 5 minutes. Can I come in? No. Say what you need to say. She took a shaky breath. I made a mistake, a huge one. I panicked. I thought I wanted something different, and I was wrong. Okay, I said. And now what? You want forgiveness? A restart? That's not happening. Why not? Because you destroyed my trust. You humiliated me. You chose the worst possible way to say you were unhappy, and now you expect me to ignore it because you changed your mind. I'm not asking you to forget. I'm asking you to forgive. I can't. Why? Because forgiveness requires trust, and I don't trust you. She started crying. I love you. You love stability. You love not being alone. If you loved me, you couldn't have stood in front of everyone and announced you wanted out.
That's not fair. None of this is fair. But it's true. What about the wedding? Everything we planned? Cancel it. I already told you. Contact the vendors. Get what refunds you can. Move on. I don't want to move on. You should have thought of that on New Year's Eve. She reached into her coat and pulled out the engagement ring, my grandmother's ring. I want you to have this back. I took it. 3 generations had worn that ring. Now it represented something that ended in a living room on New Year's Eve. Thank you, I said. That's it. Please, she said, just tell me you'll think about it. No, you made your choice. I'm making mine. We're done. She stood there, crying, waiting for me to change my mind. I didn't. Eventually, she walked to her car and drove away. Inside, my brother stood in the kitchen. That was rough. Yeah. You okay? I will be. I looked at the ring in my hand. My grandmother wore it for 50 years, my mother for 30, my fiancé for 9 months. I put it in a box and locked it away. Maybe someday I'd give it to someone who truly meant it. Final update. It's been 3 months. The wedding is officially canceled. About $15,000 lost in deposits. Her parents insisted on covering their share. Her mother sent me a card apologizing, saying they missed me and still considered me family. I didn't reply, not out of anger, but because there was nothing left to say. My ex tried reaching out twice through her sister and a mutual friend. Both times I declined. I later learned she dated the gym guy for about a month. Once she was available, he lost interest. He liked the chase, not the commitment. She's apparently miserable, regrets everything, says she destroyed the best thing in her life. Part of me feels bad for her, a small part. The rest of me remembers that living room, packing 3 years into 14 boxes, sleeping on my brother's couch because I had nowhere else to go. I live in my own apartment now, small, 1 bedroom, but it's mine. No shared finances, no uncertainty, no wondering if I'm enough. I'm not dating yet, maybe not for a while, and that's fine. The ring is still boxed. Maybe I'll give it to my brother someday, or save it for a niece or nephew. Either way, it won't go to someone who treats love like a backup plan. That quiet phone call on New Year's night protected me, not just financially, but emotionally.
It was the moment I decided I was worth more than being someone's safety net while they searched for something better. When she reached into her coat weeks later and pulled out a ring she no longer had the right to wear, the look on her face said everything had changed. It wasn't the ring, it wasn't the accounts, it was me. I finally learned that the worst mistake you can make is letting someone treat you like an option while you treat them like a priority.